Welcome to KEPME's online training for the workflow approval process for room leaders. In today's session, we will be discussing reviewing the work of your educators, marking your own documents as approved, and the option to use the filter on web to perform batch actions. Let's get started. As a room leader, it is your role to ensure that a document is at an acceptable level before approving the document and allowing your educators to share it with parents. When an educator submits a document for approval, you will receive a notification to inform you that something has been submitted. All notifications can be located in the notifications menu for web and iOS users, with iOS users also receiving push notifications. The notifications are a great way to become informed that something is awaiting approval. However, as a busy educator, it is more likely that you will have dedicated time to review any stories awaiting approval. So how do you locate the stories that are awaiting approval? As a web user, you will find a filter located on the top right of your screen, which enables you to perform batch actions at the click of a button. To use this filter, select one or more of the options in the Class Students field, as well as an album from the Album field. In addition to these mandatory fields, you will have the option to include filtering by educator, tags, date, or status. The status option will allow you to filter artifacts awaiting approval. Click the Apply button to view the list of search results. When your results are displayed, you can click the album link to view all stories that fit the filter criteria for the selected student, or the date link, which will allow you to preview an individual story. For the purpose of this training, we will click the album link. As mentioned earlier, clicking the album link will display a preview of all the stories that fit the filter criteria for the selected student. Similar to when you apply filtering within an album, you will notice you have the option to approve or send stories back for rework using the buttons available in the preview. Alternatively, you can review all the stories in the preview and click on the filter icon to go back to the list of results. If you are happy to approve all the listed stories, click the tick box on the top left corner of the results table. This will select all listed articles. Once an item is selected, you will see the option to approve or send for rework on the top right-hand corner. Simply click the required option to batch approve or send back for rework. Please note, if your results spill over several pages, you will be required to tick the Select All button for each page. If you would like to change any of the filter criteria, you can remove a selected filter option by clicking on the cross and add new criteria using the selection boxes. To ensure your list reflects the new criteria, please click on the Apply button. You will notice changing the status will still allow me to perform batch actions. In this instance, changing the status to Approved allows me to share via KEPME or revert to Draft, while changing the status to Draft will allow me to mark any unsubmitted documents as approved. Another option is to review stories at the classroom or student profile level. Click the Profile Selection menu, select your profile, and click the Stories tab to display the albums available in the selected profile. Click into an album to view its contents. Web users can see an overview of the content by clicking on the pencil icon to the left of the album preview, while iOS users will see a preview of the content in the photo reel at the bottom of the screen. In the photo reel, you will notice there are some icons displayed, which is a quick way to review the status of any story. Any white icon informs you that the story has previously been shared with parents, while grey icons are for those stories that are yet to be shared. Any stories that are in the workflow approval stage will be grey icons with an additional symbol. Icons that are displaying a lock are those items that are waiting approval. Icons that are displaying with a cross have been sent back to the educator for rework, and those displaying a tick have been approved. Simply select any story waiting approval, review the document, and use the Approve or Rework buttons displaying on the story. Please remember that if an icon is not displaying as white, the story has not been shared with parents. When you are in the album preview, you are able to use the filter icon to select the Awaiting Approval option under the Filter by Status section. Once this filtering has been applied, all stories awaiting approval in the selected album for the selected profile will display in the preview with the option to approve or select rework from the preview. KepMe also allows you to add and view comments that may be marked against an article. This is a useful tool to add comments when sending an article back for rework, or can be used as a sign-off when multiple educators contribute to a document. Each educator can record a private note that cannot be viewed by parents, stating their contribution is ready for submission. Once the final educator has completed their section, they are able to submit the final article for approval, knowing all educators have signed off on their contribution. Now you know how to make the most out of your workflow approval functions. Why not give it a try from your account? We thank you for watching this workflow approval training for room leaders. And as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact our wonderful support team.